Alright, this is my video presentation on A Doll's House by Henrik Ibsen. So it's a play and it starts off with Nora. She's the protagonist in the story. She's the wife of Torvald Helmer. Um, she gets on, her husband gets on to her a lot about her finances and all that. And then the husband, Torvald Helmer, he owns his own bank, and he gets on to his wife a lot about finances, mainly because in their first year of marriage, it was pretty tough for them because they were pretty poor. They didn't have a lot as much as they do now in the play. So that's one reason why he gets on to her a lot about that. And he's also it's a bit overwhelming in the story because he's always concerned about his social status in society. So that's something that comes into play. And then the third character that I'm going to go over is Mrs. Lynn. Mrs. Lynn is the childhood friend of Nora. She kind of helps her through this dilemma with her husband and the forged signatures and all that. I'll get into that in a minute. And then we have Krogstad. He's a lawyer and he went to school with um, Tarvold. So and he has a lot to do with Nora's financial issues. Well, not issues, but he has a lot to do with her finances and why Torvald is having issues with trusting his wife, Nora. So it starts off with Nora coming into the house. She buys a lot of Christmas gifts, and Torvald's basically like, hey, you can't be doing that right now. We're supposed to be saving money, this and that. Nora has a huge secret in the story, and basically is that she got Krogstad to forge a signature. It's her father's signature, but Torvald, no, Krogstad forged it, and she basically got a loan from the bank with him doing that. So that's something that her husband doesn't know at the moment, but soon towards the end, he finds out and he's really pissed off. He's like, I can't believe you've done this. Um, he's just raging on. He's just outraged. He calls Nora a hypocrite, a liar, and he just complains about it. And he said he's not truly happy anymore. But later on, turns out um, Krogstad returned the forged letter to Nora, and that's when she was just after her husband Torvald said all of that. Basically, she just said she'd had enough. She felt like he was treating her like a doll to be played with. So that's a huge symbolism in the story. Doll symbolizes a woman who virtually has zero control over her life. She gave her children dolls, and one of the dolls represented the control that society has over the dolls who are lifeless. So that's something that's very symbolic in the plays in part one and part two. So uh that's pretty much the summary, the gist of A Doll's House, and thank you for listening.